Hi, my name is Matthias, and in this video I'll be taking a look at the new LG G4. The G4 is going to arrive in the Scandinavian countries in the next week, and I can see that it's going to be released in the US at T-Mobile and other service providers in the next week as well. And this is the G4. I've had it for about a week, and therefore I have about a week's usage as well that I can share with you how the phone is. But before I take a look at the software, I think I should just quickly go through the specifications of the phone. It has a hexa-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 808 processor, which is clocked at 1.8 GHz. It has 3 gigs of RAM and 32 GB of internal storage. I've put a micro SD card, which also has a capacity of 32 GB in it as well. The battery is 3000 milliamps. It's removable as well. And the back cover is in either genuine leather or in plastic that imitates metal. And if I remove the back cover, you can see the removable battery, and you have your micro SD card and your SIM card. And the reason I took off the back cover is that you can see this is not a QI wireless charger plate, it's the NFC chip. Wireless charging is not available for the G4 out of the box. You can get additional covers which has wireless charging, but it's the quick circle covers. It doesn't come with wireless charging out of the box. The camera is a 16 megapixel camera. The lens is f1.8, which means it captures a lot more light than the previous models from LG. There's also a laser here, which will help you shoot images faster. And what looks like a dual flash here is actually a single flash and a new sensor that enables the phone to detect colors more accurately. Besides that, you have the screen here. It's 5.5 inches. It's a QHD screen with 538 pixels per inch. The G2 had GRAM, the G3 did not. The G4 includes GRAM again, which according to LG will significantly improve battery life. When you're looking at a still image like this at your home screen, the GRAM makes sure that the CPU doesn't refresh the image all the time, which supposedly should help with the battery time. Now that we have the phone turned on, I think we should take a quick look at the new software features that LG has included in this device. The first thing that I noticed was when I swiped from left to right, that instead of having the LG Health app present, there's now a smart bulletin. And the first thing you have is the LG Health app, which is the same as on the LG G3, but there's also your calendar here. And a smart thing is that they have this new feature where you can connect your Facebook and other social media accounts to your calendar. And I haven't done that yet, but if I go into the calendar and then press on the images, and we can take a screenshot here and press OK, then it will show up here, and then I can drag and drop it to a specific date, and it will automatically make an appointment on that date, which I can then alter. And it's pretty smart if you're using Facebook events and such. Other than that, you have a new setting, which is smart settings, and that is new to LG. You've been able to do this for quite a while using third-party apps, but basically you can tell the phone to enable Wi-Fi when you're home or Bluetooth, and then turn it off or change the sound profile when you're moving away from your home. And as you can see, I've enabled Bluetooth all the time, but Wi-Fi is only connected when I'm at home. And then there's the quick remote, which is the universal remote control in LG phones. And there's smart tips as well. Besides that, when you look at the screen number 2, I've altered it quite a bit, but out of the box you have LG's applications installed. The calendar, the quick, circle cover, Memo Plus, FM radio and so on is located here. And on the home screen you'll have your standard Google applications, which every manufacturer is required to have on the start page. The special thing to notice here is that the Google Drive, you'll get 100 gigs of free memory for 2 years when you're buying the LG G4. Besides that, there's a new set of shortcuts from LG, where you can see the battery info, the battery usage, which we have here. And as you can see, my phone has been turned on for 13.5 hours, and the screen has been turned on for nearly 3 hours, and I have 34% of the battery left. And besides that, there's different shortcuts, for example for the settings. And the settings menu pretty much looks like the LG G2 and G3. There's not much new here. There's still the knock code and knock on, which you can enable. I've personally enabled it, but I'm using the LG G Watch R, which I've enabled as a trusted device. So as it states here, I have a trusted device connected, so I don't need to use any code to unlock the phone. I can just swipe to unlock. And when I don't have the watch with me, I'll have to use my knock code. Besides that, there's a couple of new things. If you go into general and then security, you'll have pin screen, which you'll know if you have a Nexus device. I won't talk about it here. I don't really use it, but if you're the person who lends out your phone to other people and you don't want them to go into different application, it's quite a neat application to have. And again, there's also trusted devices is also controlled from the security tab. You can also, if you don't like the way LG makes it but you want a list view, you can do that as well, and then you just have listed all the settings as a list. If we look at the drop down menu from the start, you can see it pretty much looked like every other LG device in the last couple of years. There's a new thing. A lot of people complain that the drop down menu is quite crowded, and hence LG has disabled Q-Slide programs out of the box. You can still enable them, but you'll have to do it yourself. Another new feature is that you can turn on the flash and use it as a flashlight. Some people have complained that that wasn't a feature out of the box. Well, it is now. And besides that, there's user profiles and settings. So basically just like it is in every other LG phone. The main selling point of the LG G4 is the design with the genuine leather. Personally, I don't really like the black leather version. It's too rough and grainy. I like the lightly brown leather version quite a lot. It's really nice, the leather feeling of the brown color. I'm going to get a brown color from LG soon, so I'll probably make a short video to show that. But I'll definitely say that you should go to the shop to check out the LG G4 to see which cover you like. And when you do that, make sure that you look at all the covers and decide which one you want. There's a few different things to notice when you look at the design. These covers are golden, and they're golden with all the different leather versions, at least the ones we have here in the Nordic countries. And when you buy a general leather version, you'll get a shiny gold cover as well, which matches the rear key, or the rear keys. If you buy the grey metallic version, the keys will be grey, and if you buy the white one, the keys will be white. There's a small price difference, but here in Denmark, some retailers actually charge the same for both the products. So I'd definitely go for the other version, but be sure to check it out in the shop before you buy it. And the other main selling point is the camera, and I'll go into the camera now. There's 3 settings in the camera mode, and this is the one you'll get into from the start, which is the basic one, where you can pretty much just focus and take a picture. Then there's the simple layout, which is the one that the LG G3 came with, which is just tap and shoot. And then just the new manual mode, which is what LG is really trying to push. And what you can do here is that you can utilize the new lens of the camera, and you can choose the white balance yourself. And the ISO value as well. And the shutter speed, it can go up to 30 seconds. So if you have a tripod and a mount, you can really take some nice night picture shots. I'm waiting for my own tripod adapter to arrive, so I'm really looking forward to trying that. There's also manual focus and autofocus that you can use, and there's really just a lot of features in the manual mode. You can also choose whether the pictures should be saved in JPEG format or in RAW format. Obviously, if you save it in RAW format, it will use up your memory quite fast. Luckily, there's the SD card, and you can just like the G3, you can choose whether to save it on the SD card or whether to save it on the internal memory. So if we go into the gallery, which we have here, you can see it pretty much looks like the LG G3 and the previous LG phones. You have the pictures from the camera, you have your preloaded video, which really shows how good the IPS quantum display from LG is. And I'd say I'm pretty impressed with the screen. It really has vibrant colors, and I don't think the colors are so blue that some, especially Samsung smartphones, tend to be. They're quite real in the way the colors are shown, I think. But again, it all depends on what you're used to and what you like in a screen. But I quite like the G4 screen. And beside that, there's really not that much to say about the gallery app. What there's to say is that LG has upped the sensor of the front-facing camera. It's now 8 megapixels. And well, LG is really proud of that. I don't really take that many selfies, but if you do, LG has also improved the gesture shot. With the G3, you took your hand and you made a fist, and then when you opened it, there would be a countdown, and 5 seconds later you'd take a selfie. Now, if you make a fist, open it, make a fist again, and open it again, then 5 seconds later you'll take 5 selfies. But then again, the main camera is just so much better that if you can, I would use that anytime possible. And if you go into the basic here, you can see pretty much the only things you can do is the automatic panorama view, and then you can have the double camera which uses both the cameras just as the LG G3. And with that being said, I don't really have anything else to show you right now. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Thank you for watching.